Good afternoon and welcome to today's news brief. It is a fact that tourism won't be reactivated on June 1st in the municipality of Los Cabos, since the numbers on the control of the COVID-19 pandemic are not where they need to be. And while the number of infections in the municipality is below the forecasted parameters, mobility continues to increase, and this may be a factor for an increase in the number of cases in the coming days. This past Wednesday, the Safety Board on the subject of COVID-19 in Los Cabos, headed by the Los Cabos Business Coordinating Council, had its virtual meeting where it was reported that there is information that mobility is on the rise, which is reflected in the alert system for the containment of positive COVID cases, so referred to as the traffic light system of the Federal Ministry of Health, which will go into effect for weekly updates next week. Julio Castillo, Executive President of the Coordinating Council, said that the main issue at this point is people's mobility and for everyone to follow the rules and stay at home and limit their outings as much as possible. This is something that we are struggling with, and that is important because on June 1st, the federal government will announce the status of the alert system and will base the recommendation to open or not some areas. An increase in mobility has been reported. This happens at certain times and neighborhoods, so we inform the authorities to act accordingly, he said. The head of the COVID-19 Safety Board in Los Cabos reiterated that at this point, the most important thing is to continue to observe the sana distancia indications and to stay home. For now, as long as people fail to comply, it will not be possible to think of a date for the economic reactivation. Julio Castillo warned the economic reactivation and the start of the new normal in Los Cabos is urgent, but to achieve this, there must be conditions that guarantee a healthy environment as much as possible and therefore containment of COVID infections. We have to understand that the dates are going to be a consequence of the numbers. So if we want dates, we have to work on the strategy of keeping the numbers to a minimum so that decisions can be made to restart the economy. Everyone wants to reopen and return to normal, but it is up to everyone. We are doing well and must continue as we are so that the State Committee on Health has sensible and responsible arguments to be able to give announcements to return to normality, said the head of the CCC. On a related note, Genaro Ruiz, Secretary of Urban Planning, Infrastructure and Mobility of Bajacaliforniasur, said in an interview with Cabo Noticias that he was satisfied with yesterday's announcement by the state governor about initiating the economic reopening of the state as it is necessary and expected by all. The secretary mentioned that gradually all economic activities will be opened because it would be very risky to open everything at the same time. It is known that tourism is the most important activity and on which most of the population depends. However, the federal government classified mining and construction as essential activities, so only these two sectors will restart on June 1st. Genaro Ruiz pointed out that we must continue to be cautious because with the restart of construction, the cases could increase. Therefore, he recommended that the people who can do so and continue to stay at home. The successful reopening of the construction, maintaining a low level of contagion, will determine the restart of other activities such as tourism and commerce, he said.